and a nade up towards Banana.
Yeah, it's time to pull back the Bratwurst curtain, Lauren, and actually see what's been going on with Mousesports. So far, Spitty, the first kill of the game, and VP trying to get a bit of aggression going down towards the top of Banana. It backfires. And Mousesports fire forward. Bialy now has to try and hold his own through via CT. Chris is just gaming him there around the wall. And Taz is in a 1-on-4.
And they did have the smokes on Spitty, but they didn't need to use them. Spitty fell in the end, Dennis picked it up, and look at this. The bomb's been slowly working through A the entire time, so it's a bit cheeky all in all, but it's going to work out so well. Mouse just try and find some way to be quite relevant to this, and this is a different piece coming out from Mousesports as well, a different look to it. Playing through apps, you've got Chris J holding towards mid. I'm wondering if they've got a set play out of this, or they just want to get apps control. They're leaving Banana completely open, so Neo's already starting to consider what's going on there. There is a smoke on it, so he's not going to run through that, but this might be that kind of burst hit we saw Fnatic doing towards Quad. They could have something similar, maybe incorporating apps a little bit more.
So we saw the Kraken played as well through apartments.
But there's a double stack towards, well, I guess balcony and pit, so it's going to be tough for them to actually break through this. So I'm really interested to see what Mousesports have in mind, because Taz wasn't forced off the angle, and I don't know if you're going to expect Bialy to be here as well. Spitty's going to get pinned to the wall, no problem for him. Good spray as well from Bialy. Keeps the spot well in check. Molly going to force him out of the spot, sure, but there's still a crossfire played in from Neo, and Chris J now left to reel as his teammates fall around him.
Yeah, smoke's going to be in his way as he tries to make his way.
Now this is the difference. Look at the utility, look at the play down towards Banana, but somehow Mousesports are still going through this, but they're taking a lot of damage and they're being hindered. This is VP putting their foot down on that initial aggression, but Mousesports aren't backing away. They've got to get past Neo, and Neo is not moving. Great support from Snacks comes in, smoke out towards the top, but there's still Oscar, and that Molly's going to give away the position. Still wins the fight. Neo might burn alive, but he's fine. Great play from VP there to deny that Banana control. Mousesports was so adamant they wanted that.
Neo looking a bit crispy, a little bit wounded, but still fit for fighting, and Mousesports got completely decimated. A lot of resources dedicated to Banana, and they come out with very little except that damage on Neo, who's just going to be more than happy to sit cloistered behind the rest of his teammates who are fighting fit. Again, and maybe they're committed. There's 1 minute left in the round still, but Mousesports have just got very, little utilities. Just Lol's got a flash, Molly, smoke. Spitty has none of that. Spitty makes the call that they will persist in this direction, but Snacks proud as punch on top of the fountain there. Gets one. Spitty, unfortunately, not going to be able to do more than that in that situation there. 3 for Snacks in the round, but Neo's heroics at the start definitely opened things up for VP.
We saw Mousesports playing off this before, not surprising, but look at these guys. They're so active in keeping control in this.
This smoke's so interesting. Look, it's actually been thrown down towards spawn, so Snacks can push up.
Can Oscar see through the bottom of that, though? I'm wondering if he's got an angle on it. He might do. No, he's not too sure, but he's going to be so careful. Look at Snacks right behind them. They've got 3 players coming around mid. VP are everywhere. Mousesports just got hindered from the start.
Spitty now on his own yet again. He's getting used to this kind of situation. Nice choice but to try and smoke that corner and slink away. I love that. I really love that that's not just a flat smoke just to block off Banana, but actually deep enough to give VP the ability to pincer quite comfortably without having to push through smoke themselves. There was a small gap in that smoke, though. Oscar, if he was ready, he probably could have seen it, but he wasn't looking at it. VP snuck across, pulling the rug out from under Mousesports. Now, Spitty probably just wants to curl up in a corner and wait this one out, but 40 seconds is a long time.
Yeah, he's got so much as well to play with. He doesn't want to waste going down with that Molly, flash, everything, but finding a route back in when they knows that VP are going to be pushed up. Yeah, Neo
buff out and essentially stack that A side.
And they have. We saw last time VP playing quite passive as well, playing towards the pit once they lost control of top mid, and it worked out really well. It was Taz on the balcony and then Bialy, I think, in pit itself. So VP get themselves ready, but I don't know if Mouse are ready for this one. It looks like a set piece as well, considering where Chris J is. We're going to have a smoke to put down probably towards CT Arch, maybe deep or possibly to Library. We'll see what they go for here. It looks like they actually want to face a little bit towards CT Arch, which could be deadly, but smoke's coming in. Snacks has spotted this, he knows what's coming, and he lands a shot. Spitty goes down, and where is the response from Mousesports? There's the deep smokes coming in, forcing off the angle, but it plays in Pasha. He waits ever so patiently, claims to. This is a masterclass right now in Inferno play.
I love it. Like I said, it starts with Banana. It starts with Neo being this rock you cannot shift. Oscar was trying to test him just before we saw the push on towards A. He eventually had to give up. He's like, I'm not going to beat this guy. And then, of course, an attempted sort of wrap situation from Mousesports, but leaving Pasha in that corner was very, very good. Lol gives a decent account of himself, though, finds Neo, who was on the lurk, but now they all know where this last player is. Will he go down? Oh, no, Bialy falls as well.
Last time, it was just dismantled by the arch play coming out from Pasha, who actually, again, got away without being checked on.
Yeah, Snacks has Banana control as well. Doesn't really need the smoke. He's actually happy to challenge that just on his own. I really love this. Oscar wants to try and shake him loose. But it's AWP v AWP in a moment. Oh, look at him inch closer. Nope, he's done. He's given up. So Snacks Wouldn't have known that at all. But now here comes a push over towards A. Let's see if Mousesports can do it better this time. 4 players for VP already set up here. Neo goes for the challenge, is traded out, and then Pasha steps up. He takes his time, and it's beautiful. 2 kills for Pasha, centimeter perfect. And now it's a 2v4. Oscar with the bomb, though, still wants to test Snacks.
He's going for it as well, just going to run off the back of that. He knows Snacks is trying to retreat to stay alive, to buy the time, and Oscar's on the run. It's not gone so well. He tried it, though. And again, Mousesports actually considered going aggressive then. And Pasha just breaking hearts.
Just such a small correction there as well. He wasn't even going for Oscar in the first place. And Mousesports are challenging this in mid. Insane. They lose 2 players to Pasha. Zorpi's back. And now Speedy through the smoke. Knows Neo's there. The Tracers are going to be coming through, but Neo comes out on top. Smoke just doesn't seem to matter these days, Lauren. And nor does VP. Let's see if they can keep it up. It's 9-4 now on the scoreboard, and Oscar has bought himself up another AWP. But look, this is how VP exercise control over Banana. The salvo of grenades early. It is the shortest smoke. So it's not as deep for VP this time.
Ooh, that's the difference. That's a change as well from Pasha. Haven't seen him really playing out of apps yet. But Taz is still ready. Nice little deep angle to be playing from. Very hard for them to find as they fully commit out of the balcony. And Bialy was there to get ready for that if that was the case. But we've got 2 hops on the T side. Chris J and Oscar now. Of course, they recovered 1. But I don't know how they're going to plan to approach this site. Snacks is playing incredibly passive by CT.
Expecting a wrap.
But Bialy and Taz waiting as well. Taz still can just hold a nice push-up angle. Bialy can swing out off the back of it. So their best bet, whether they know it or not, is CT Arch. Now, really especially nice. So, Chris J making it count. Really big work towards Snacks then. And that's going to make Neo feel under pressure. They could wrap CT now. They've still got 55 seconds. Mousesports take the harder challenge. So they go towards A. They have to find Bialy, and they don't do it. This is a problem. It's all Chris J now. Yeah,
Bialy hoping to buy a little bit of time, or at least just force Chris J to search. That's the pop flash. Oh, he doesn't peek on that one. He peeks the left side, actually. Bit of frustration for Chris J. Doesn't quite hit the shot. It was another flash coming out. Soon Neo would be there. Bialy doesn't need him.
The B site. So there is an M4 in spawn as well. So if he falls back, he can pick it up if needed. That's actually cheeky as you like. So Neo, again, in the spot. Oscar not going to fall for it twice, though.
Snacks knows they're there, but that was a well-placed flash to make it very hard for him to go for the re-peek, and this is looking better for Mousesports. Biana's got a lot on his plate. 1, 2, 3, spray down. That's what I'm talking about. And the 2 headshots amongst that. Now the smoke out, and the frustration has to be building for Mousesports. They're locked out of the site, they're locked away from the bomb, and they have to wait.
And it's so tempting to try and boost over that smoke, but you already saw earlier Bialy predicting that, and they're doing it. There you go. And I don't know if Bialy spotted that for a second. He's going to spray into it. He knows it now as well. That's 4 for him. Pasha's going to steal the ace.
But that B side. And now VP actually make the move fairly quickly. They're going to have themselves a 5v2 over on the A side. That's filthy. Mousesports have got to respond to this quickly, but it may not be fast enough. Spitty gets 2. Oscar gets 1. He was there just quick enough on the way through. Now it's a 2v3. The bomb is down for VP, and Snacks has a good little cozy position here in pit. But Mousesports has some time to try and divide and conquer.
It's really tough to play retakes in on this. Taz might just play off the information Snacks has, but they don't really have an eye on short. Snacks has to be worried about that as well, but now Taz falls. This all lands on Snacks' shoulders, which might be a little bit too much. He can be overwhelmed by Graveyard. Chris J might just power up there right now, and he has. There it is. Chris J going to take the angle, takes the fight, deals with it swiftly, and they've got a kit. This is what I want to see, though. I want to see Mousesports with a shot of bringing that CT side, but the theory start questioning it, but at the moment, VP denied play towards Banana early on, and turning attention possibly towards A now. They know there's probably going to be a limited amount of utility played out here. Bit of a smoke comes in. Falls deep towards quad. It looks like VP wants something quite quick here. Now Oscar has to rise to the occasion. He nearly finds 1. Dennis with 2 on a plate. Could have maybe found more, but it's a 3-on-3. Numbers looking decent right now for Mousesports. But the problem is, VP is still right amongst them. Bialy finds his way towards Library, and we're in 2v2.
Gorgeous shot from Bialy there to find him through the bars. And now smoking towards that connector via CT, so LOL has to go through Library. VP can get ready to watch that. And now the tables have been evened up here. It's do or die for Mousesports. They lose this round, they're out of the game.
Bialy's on the bike position. This
is your favourite spot, isn't it?
I love it.
Yep.
I love it. You can barely see him. Can you watch it from Chris J's perspective? Yeah, it's really tough to see the little angle because you can crouch and peek up and down.
Oh, so that's filthy.
Bialy's going to spot him. I think he spotted him. If not, he's fine anyway. He can watch. He's actually got quite far considering. And there it is.
He had to spring forth there.
Yeah, no worries. Nice lockdown.
For the poles this time. Stopping for no one, and Chris J gets his kneecaps obliterated. LOL's having to smoke there. The Molotov quenched. VP just need to wait. They've got time, though. They've got a lot of time to work with. They've taken no damage yet in this round either. Oh, the lead Pasha here, the sleeper agent. I like it. I like it a lot. Pasha can always get in the back door into B if they want to rotate back quickly.
I guess the issue now becomes it's going to be so hard for Speedy and Dennis to stay relevant to this round because they have no info, particularly towards CT Arch. You can see, I'm pretty sure Dennis leaves a tiny slither possibly towards the right just so he can spot it if he wants to. Smoke comes in towards Quad. Now they're cut off.
They should hold the CT Arch corner and pick Oscar as he comes through here. This would be really nice.
Yeah, we'll see if they do. Taz could be holding the deeper angle. Yeah, so it already gets a little bit of a spot, Dennis. He knows one's here, going to fall back. But they still don't know the full plan of what's happening. Oscar sees to again. It's your time to shine, Oscar. Overwhelmed.
This could be a godlike round. This could be I mean, it didn't even have to be, but Pasha actually already made his way into the B side. We didn't even get to see that because it's maybe not, it's peripheral to what's actually happening here. I just like it. This is where he's got himself. And that was Lowell there at the top of Banana. So they've swapped places now. Dennis finds Bialy, has to go aggressive towards Quad. Finds Snacks as well. A moment for Dennis perhaps to bring things back, but the bomb is down. There's no kit for either of the Mousesports players. So Dennis doesn't have the luxury of time. It's definitely not on his side. Neo behind the wooden boxes. He wants to try and deal with Taz. Lowell is there with him though. Now those Mousesports players able to gang up a little bit. Neo on his own on the site. And they get around him too. This is a little bit of a comeback, but now it's Pasha in a 1v1. Bomb still ticking. Dennis has to go for it. It's too much. No chance. Pasha, wily as a fox. With 10 seconds to go, you know you're done, Dennis, and so are the rest of Mousesports. The trap closes shut, and Virtus.pro put one up against them. Mousesports were hoping